Mingle Park. The show presents the National League Division Series. It's the Chicago Cubs taking on the Miami Marlins.
And now, please welcome your
And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this.
Miami Marlins.
All right, first pitch coming up. And towing the slab, Thomas White. What do we have on him?
Really labored his last time out. 4+ innings, wasn't able to qualify for the win, but fortunately got a no decision and didn't take a loss. We'll see if he can get in the W column today.
So up now for Chicago, Mason Wynn.
The second baseman, Mason
The
Wynn.
1-1.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
He dives, but he can't make the catch. And he'll be safe at first.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was
runner on the go. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. Wynn gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And that one inside, and it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Here's Alex Bregman. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Taylor Ward. Fouled off down the right side. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in Game 4 of the NLDS.
way to lay off that pitch down.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. And here comes Dansby Swanson. Swung on, belted. That's back there. Gone. He'll touch them all. His second home run of the series, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 3-0. So 2 away with nobody on. And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And it hits the base. Now he turns and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double. So runner at second, 2 down. Ball, the next to hit. The next pitch misses, and it's 2-1. Tough start for him so far. Already at 30 pitches here in the first. Check swing on the 2-1, appeal to third. And he held back according to Ricky Halladay. So now 2 on and 2 outs. First and second, 2 outs. Gilbert will hit next. Swings through that.
You got a full count.
And they're all loaded up. So they're all loaded up. And here's the first baseman, Jonathan Long.
Big moment in this game. 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. And
that's strike 3. And back here with my pal Siggy. And our pitcher tonight, David Peterson.
The third baseman.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Stays alive.
Count full.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Kyle Stowers getting ready to hit. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. The batter now, Jorge Polanco. And that one fouled off.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Ballesteros collects, fires to first. Game 4 of the division series. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Mason Wynn. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Konai going back on this one. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And that's a leadoff double. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Now it'll be the Cubs DH, J.J. Weatherholt. Next offering is in for a strike. A On the ground, right side. And it goes just foul. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Now the third baseman. Swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. Cut off, now a throw home. Slides his hand in there, save. And they lead by 4. 1 gone, runner at first. And next will be the... Here's Lopez for 1. Back to first for 2, and that'll do it. Bottom of the second. Stepping in, the long ball threat, Agustin Ramirez. The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second. And now it's William Contreras. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You've got to be sharp.
1-2 to Contreras. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. That one not close. And it's 2-2. On the ground, right side. Win. Fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down. And up next for Miami, Max Acosta. The next offering misses. And it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. Hit on the ground to short. Throws to first in time. 3 up, 3 down. And welcome back to the ballpark. Dansby Swanson stands in. Next offering is down low. And the count is even, 2-2. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just a simple ground.
And now Seiya Suzuki. Fastball for a strike.
Number 37, GANg.
That's the third. And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw. And they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay. Now the catcher up to hit. Mo Ball just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one fouled off, 2-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. So 2 down now, and here is Drew Gilbert. Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Lifted in the air, out to left. Stowers makes the play. Set for the bottom of the third. Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, number 87. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's off the mark. Yeah, that's ball 2.
2-2 to count.
Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Out to shallow center. Swanson makes the call and the grab. Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins.
The right fielder.
1 out, base is empty.
Conine.
High fly ball down the left field line. And that will drop foul. 1 down, base is empty. Into center and a base hit.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Pretty good spot, hard and inside, but that's a perfect example of keeping your hands inside the ball, tight to the body. The ability to take that back up the middle shows his approach is to use the entire field.
1-2 here. The shortstop takes the ball. Konai over at first with one away. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Suzuki going back onto the track, and he makes the catch. So the batting order turns over. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter. Fouls one off. 2-2. And there's the ball.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And ball four, two aboard. First and second, 2 outs. Kyle Stowers now at the plate. Swing and a ball line to center. Holds it in on the run. On to the fourth. And now the first baseman, Jonathan Long. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 1-2 now. That's down and in. Set down on strikes. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. So the lineup flips over. Mason Wynn the next to hit. Here's a high chopper and a foul ball. Ground ball to the right side. Polanco takes it himself. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. 2 outs, base is empty. And now the DH, J.J. Weatherholt. He goes down looking. Bottom of the 4th, now Jorge Polanco. The 1-1. That's smashed towards center. And that's a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
2 strikes.
The pitch. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track. So man aboard. Now it's the Marlins catcher, William Contreras. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3 double play. And the inning. Game 4 of the division series. So up now for Chicago, Alex Bregman. Next offering is in for a strike. That's down and in. A slider missed.
2-2 now.
To third. In plenty of time to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. And next for the Cubs, Taylor Ward. Hit hard on the ground to short. Whips it across. And the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th. And now it's Dansby Swanson. And that is downstairs. 2-1.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Just missed. Fastball for a strike.
3-2.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Here in Game 4 of the NLDS. On the ground to short. Over to first. And Swanson. Back here in Miami at the plate, Max Acosta. Late on that fastball.
Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
And now the center fielder. Next pitch is outside. The Cubs leading by 4. Last half of inning number 5. That's inside. And now 3-1. Right through there for a strike.
The count's full.
Out to center. Gilbert under it. Makes the grab. 2 down. 2 down, bases empty.
Right
Griffin
field,
Kona
Martha.
digs in now. 2 outs, bases empty. And that one missing low. Check swing called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. That one ripped. Gilbert makes his way towards it. In one, hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. Into second, and he's got it doubled. And now the shortstop, Otto Lopez. On the ground to the left, Bregman. The throw to first. That ends. And we're back. Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Now pitching for the Marlins, number 53, Kelvin.
There's a swing and a drive. Raging back towards the wall. Makes a leaping grab for the out. Here's the catcher to hit, Mo Ball. Rips one to right. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Now he'll turn for second. Not in time, it's a double. And up next for Chicago, Drew Gilbert. Headed towards the corner. Stowers on the move. Reaching for it and brings it in. Jonathan Long, the next Cub to hit. Man on second, 2 down. On the ground to third. Zips it across. And that is that.
Pitching for Chicago,
New arm out of the bullpen, Ben
number
Brown.
44,
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Right side. And there's one down. Kyle Stowers will hit next. 1 down, base is empty. And that
2 balls,
skips into dirt.
1 strike.
Chop to first. And he takes it himself for the out. So up next, Jorge Polanco. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
This is the time you have to pull out every trick in your bag. They know the season is over with a loss.
Threw it by him. We go to the top of the 7th. Stepping in, Mason Wynn. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Polanco hauls it in, and there's one away. Now it's the DH, J.J. Weatherholt. Base is empty, 1 away. Late here in Game 4.
now pitching for the Marlins, number 33,
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. That one to first. Polanco takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2. Alex Bregman, the next Cub to hit. That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hard hit to third. Sends it to first. And the Cubs go back here in Lone Depot Park. Bottom of the inning. And now the DH, Agustin Ramirez. Late with the swing there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
2 strikes.
Up the middle. Swanson fires over to first. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. William Contreras, the next up for the Marlins. Inside. Now 2 balls and a strike. And that one popped in the air, left field. Gilbert on the move to the gap. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Max Acosta. Marlins making a move for a pinch hitter. Xavier Edwards looking for a two-out spark with the bases empty. Grounds one to short. Swanson. Now the throw to first on the run. And very nicely. For the top of the eighth. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the four-hole, Taylor Ward. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now pitching for the Marlins.
And the batter now, Dansby Swanson. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss. The high heat too much on that one. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Man at first, one away. Off the mark there. 2-2. And they'll do it again. On the ground, right side. And that's foul. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, makes the catch for the out. And there's two away. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Mo Ball. Next offering upstairs. Late swing, foul to the left. Goes down swinging. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Jordan Wicks.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Swing and a pop-up. Bregman settles under it. And there's one down. And at the plate for Miami, Griffin Coma. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Next offering misses down and away.
3-2.
The Marlins down by 4 here in Game 4 of the NLDS. Into left center for a base hit.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up. Went the other way for the knock.
Hitting for the Marlins, number 8.
That's to third. The throw to second. Double play. What a twin killing, Dan. We go to the Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Porter Hodge. Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter. And that's outside. And it remains 2-2. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Up and in, ball 3. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one back. Gone way up into the upper deck. Into the second deck it goes. And they cut into the lead. It's 4-2. Jorge Polanco, the next up for the Marlins. And that's off the inside edge. 2 balls and a strike. To the right side. Tosses to the pitcher, covering the bag. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Number 48 on to try and close it out.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
The Fish trailing by 2 late here in game 4. That
Ball
one
3.
misses, and that's ball 3. Right through there for a strike.
We got a full count.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Gets a piece and stays alive. 3-2. Payoff pitch. In the air, left field, down the line, and that's a foul ball. 9th pitch of the at-bat due next. And that's low for ball 4. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
Marlins making a move for a pinch hitter. Trevor Larnach.
Big at bat here, so looking for a better matchup with a left-handed bat.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Gilbert has this one sized up. Squeezes it, and there's 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. So now a pinch hitter, Spencer Horwitz.
And he would be the tying run, Boog, so we may see him try to launch one if he gets a good pitch to handle. For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
The Marlins down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't groove one either.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Tying run at the plate. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that's it. They're moving on to the National League Championship Series.